Since there is no judge here, I need to defend this position of the judiciary here. First of all, I think we need to recognize that there are different forms of assessment and evaluation of what institutions need to be. So, for example, in public institutions in India, public universities, UGC with its norm says that you need to have 17 to 18 hours of teaching per week. We think that it's a ridiculous provision. And so, as a progressive university, we believe it should not be more than half of it. That's how we have done it, because we want to build a research culture, we do this, and all those reasons. So, in a way, my first point is that it is important not to use, when we assess whether an institution is performing well or not, solving cases and disposing cases would only be one measure. The nature of the aspects of justice delivery mechanism that the higher courts in India are dealing with is much more than case disposal. It's also justice delivery. And that's inevitably a very sort of subjective task that they are engaging in, and the outcome is not necessarily measured on the number of cases, but on the level of justice that the institution delivers. In fact, if this logic that you say becomes applicable, then you will have to call that the US Supreme Court is a scandal for perpetuity, because the US Supreme Court in an entire year handles approximately 60 cases, and our Supreme Court on a Monday alone, with a single judge, would be disposing of 100 cases. One judge. So, in a way, my point is that I think that we need to have a different measure of assessing it. There could be a very good argument that all of us need to improve our efficiency, but in a way, it's very unfortunate that we have not developed a serious dialogue with the judiciary. My complaint is we need to have a dialogue.
You are putting words in my mouth. Did I say I am suggesting a metric? I said, please evolve your own metric. Where is the damn metric? If you want, let that metric have how many times can you quote Shakespeare. Let that metric have how long the judgment is. But have some metric. It cannot be I have no metric and I ask for money.
Debate. This is a big, you talk about metric. In academic institutions, it's a very big debate. You cannot go to Oxford and Harvard and tell them that you're going to assess people on the basis of this many publications and this journals. We are dealing with the people working in the realm of ideas. So
let there be some metric that you can evolve your honorable judges in the area of ideas.
No,
but do not say it's metric.
No, but there is a roster system, and the base of roster, judges are working. But listen, I think how do you account for the fact that for 14 months, not a single judge in this country was appointed? We lost a lot of time for that, for whatever reasons.
Let's not get into this debate since the judiciary is not here. But how do you account for the fact? How do you account for the fact that the cops, and Naresh abused rightly, the constables do not get holidays when all of us enjoy holidays, and the Supreme Court still has a summer vacation, and did not say anything about a judge having a summer vacation? Why does the court shut down? I know of no place where the institution shuts down.
Well, first of all, it doesn't shut down. You should know that there is a vacation bench which sits for the Supreme Court. Two distinguished judges who sacrifice their regular summer vacation and stay through the entire summer and take it. But more importantly, the larger point which I think he raised is that we have a governance crisis in this country. We have a situation where today in universities, 50% of faculty positions in our public universities are lying vacant unfilled for over a decade. My alma mater, Delhi University, has 45-50%. IITs and IIMs have 35-40%. State universities over 55 to 60%. So this so-called governance crisis is not only with regard to one institution, but is much broader, and we need to address it.
I quite agree, but your alma mater and mine, I think I should state the facts on the table. Are there vacancies in Delhi University? Maybe yes, maybe no. Why am I saying that? Because there are 9,000 posts. 3,500 are ad hoc. And the biggest opponents to regular appointments are the ad hoc teachers. So it's not as if there are vacancies, there are vacancies where the ad hoc people are teaching.
Right. Any other? So I'd like the two speakers to take 2 or 3 minutes to including comments.
That was the conclusive comment.
Let me start while you figure it out. I just want to make 2 quick comments. The first one is, and this has not come up as yet, I've been looking at the literature on artificial intelligence and the law. And there's a fascinating piece of work going on, which I think will help countries like India leapfrog lots of the problems we were discussing today. And that kind of work and thinking needs now to be in your curriculum, and we need to be looking at it. It's the same kind of thing that we would require in several other areas to get powerful transformation, which is what gives me optimism for the achievement of SDG 16 within the framework of the entire SDGs. So I just mentioned that one. The other thing is a more practical point I want to make in closing. And that is that this has turned out to be a fascinating 10th year celebration of the work of the Commission, of which I had the honor to be the executive director. And in celebration of that, I would like us, if possible, and I can't see any reason why not, that we capture these proceedings as a publication of some sort, whether it be a video blog, or whether it be a blog or a paper, and put that out. And I will undertake to get in touch with the co-chairs of the Commission and so on. We would get a student to help us write it up. We will make sure that it is properly edited so that any concerns my honorable friend might have as a member of the government, the union government of India, is taken care of, and that we put this out as a general publication.
I just wanted to say that our university has instituted a set of lectures in memory of Dr. Arjun Sengupta, who was India's representative on the Commission on Legal Empowerment of the Poor. And after his work in that commission, he went on to do this massive work on the unorganized sector. So it's appropriate that we remember him with gratitude at this point.
No, just Naresh has concluded. I have no problem. Just remove the names and protect me from the contempt of court act 1971.
Exactly what I did.
Yes.
Before anything happened, I
Thank
did
you
it.
very much. You want to say a vote of thanks?
I want to say something that, this is one of those really wonderful experiences that we had. Like 2 hours, we captured an important dialogue. So I want to really congratulate and thank the students of Public Policy School for putting this together. So thank you.
Hello, good evening everyone. It has been a very insightful and quite lively dialogue, more than we expected probably. Well, I'm Menuka Matthew. I'm an alumni of OP Jindal Public Policy School, and my studies with OP Jindal and also my international experience working with development organizations have led me to conceptualize Policy Talks. Policy Talks is a platform where I'm planning to bring more of this kind of dialogue, and especially focusing on trainings of public policy in schools for the students. And I would like to take this privilege especially to thank Dr. Naresh Singh. Thank you, Dr. Naresh Singh, for being here with us and especially sharing your quite interesting global experiences. And also, Mr. Vivek Bedroy, I thank you for taking your busy time out and spending with us in contributing to this policy dialogue, especially taking us through the 4 pillars in